Sup, this is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I just want to talk about why dating is so difficult nowadays for both men and women. Dating is being extremely difficult nowadays for both men and women. Okay, hold on. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you, my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 53. See, I still look pretty good, right? If you look at my belly, look, I don't have any belly fat. I'm still pretty slim, right? Look at that. See, I never go to the gym. Never exercise, but I'm still, pretty slim. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5 stars. If you're interested, you want to look like me when you're 53, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. Also, I'm giving away free immortality rings, okay? I have affiliate program on my website. If you if you join my affiliate program, right, all you have to do is put my link code on your Facebook page or on your Instagram or on other people's bulletin board. When 40 people clicked on it, all right? When 40 people clicked on it, I'll send you a free pair of rings, okay? If you want to join this affiliate free rings affiliate program, go to free.livemuchlonger.com. free.livemuchlonger.com. Or there's a link at the bottom of this video. Just click on it and join, okay? Free pair of rings. Anyway, today, Biden and Trump, they just agreed to debate. Yeah, I'm gonna see who's a better debater, okay? But anyway, today is not about politics. Today I'm talking about, it's getting more and more difficult for women and men to date, The reason is because right now the economy is so bad. I had a friend who visited me, just yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. A friend from Washington State, from Seattle, visited me. I said, did you go to San Francisco downtown? All the stores are closed. And you know what he said? He says, so? That's the norm. In Seattle, it's the same thing. In Seattle, if you go to Seattle, all the stores are closed. That's what he said. He said all the shops, all the restaurants, they're closed. And homeless are everywhere. I'm like, what? Seattle is the same? So right now, I don't know, economy is so bad. The reason is because, look, there's no more romance, you understand? Men are, nowadays, I think 90% of the men are MGTOWs. 90% of the men are men going their own way, okay? I think. That's what I think. And a lot of women, they cannot find husbands, so they are being forced to become B4 movement. B4, I forgot what B4 stands for, okay? But basically, it's women going their own way. A lot of women are being forced to that direction because, men are quitting, right? A lot of men are just fucking quitting. They don't want to get married no more. They don't want to date no more. And a lot of women, they've been pushed to that direction because there are no more men. When they go to singles event, there are no more men, right? So what is there to expect, come to think of it, all my cousins, okay, I have how many cousins? How many three female cousins? I have I have 6 female cousins. Do I have 6 female cousins? 1, 2, 3, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 female cousins, right? And how many of them are single? 3 of them are single. Is it 3 of them? Let me see. Yeah, 3 of them are single, and they are all 40-year-old. They are all over 40-year-old, okay? And I have a sister who's also single. She's 37, So it's in my family, there's 8 women in my family, right? I'm talking about young women. And 4 of them are single. Can you believe that? And they're all over 40. They are all around 40-year-old, Yeah, the youngest is 37, right? So, I don't know. But hey, I don't blame them. It's very difficult to date nowadays, because comparing to the 1950s or 1940s, In 1940s, 1950s, if you're a single man, right, you just find a job anywhere. You could be somebody who's sending milk, you could be a milk delivery man, you could be a fucking somebody who works at a gas station, filling up gas for customers, right? And you still could make a wage that's enough to feed a whole family. Back in the days, it's like that. Just one man working outside. You can afford to buy a house. You can afford to have a wife, have 2 or 3 kids, no problem. Back in the days, it's like that because everything's cheaper, right? But now it's like if you don't have a good job, right? Or you don't work like 2 or 3 different jobs, you cannot even afford to pay rent. Rent is so high that most of your income goes to your rent. Then you have to pay car insurance, you have to pay this insurance, that insurance, food is so expensive nowadays, gasoline is so expensive nowadays. It's like at the end of the day, you might have to swipe your credit card. This is crazy. So you could imagine, that's the reason why a lot of women are becoming more picky. A lot of women, they don't want to just date anybody. They want to, it's like before you go out there and date a woman, they want to know exactly how much money you earn. Because nowadays, everything is so cutthroat. Everything is so cutthroat nowadays. Everything is so expensive. Job is so difficult to find. And, people, it's very difficult for people to make a living nowadays. A lot of people are becoming homeless. A lot of people are just one paycheck away from becoming homeless. Can you imagine that? So, you could imagine nowadays women, they are dead serious when they come. When they choose a partner, when they choose a man, they are dead serious. They don't want to just go out there and choose anybody. You understand? That's the reason why nowadays, women, they don't have any more sense of humor. You go out there, date somebody, you got to look good, you got to be 6 feet tall, you got to be all this. The reason is because, look, back in the days, there's no internet, there's no social media. So it's difficult to just date. Back in the days, it's difficult to date a Chad or a Tyrone, very difficult to date a Chad or a Tyrone. It's like you have to personally know him. You have to work at where he works. You understand? Let's say you saw a Chad on the street. If you work in his bank, right? If he works at a bank and you work with him in that bank, then maybe you get to know him, right? So it's difficult to just date anybody, So back in the days, women, they just, because it's difficult for a woman to go out there and meet just anyone, So you speak to her. If you like a certain woman, you approach her. You speak to her for a few minutes. Hey, she might become your date. She might become your girlfriend. You don't know. But nowadays, it's so difficult. It's so easy for women to meet a whole bunch of men. All you have to do is go online, go to Hinge or go to a Bumble or Tinder. There's a whole bunch of tall and handsome men available, and then a lot of them earn a lot of good money. A lot of them earn money, like good amount of money. And the funny thing is, women nowadays, they don't care. They don't care if this man is sleeping around. Like this man is, he's a total Chad. He's a total Tyrone. He's sleeping with a whole bunch of different women at the same time. Women don't care nowadays. Even if you're like that, as long as you take her to a date, you look good, you look sharp, and you're tall, you're handsome. And then you take her to a good restaurant, you buy her jewelries, you buy her flowers, right? She'll sleep with you. She doesn't care how many women you slept with, but she'll sleep with you. That's how they are. Because nowadays, women are not serious anymore, When it comes to dating, to them, it's just courting. It's just basically sleeping around. So nowadays, if you want to date a woman, you have to look good. You have to be tall. You gotta earn good money. You have to know how to cheer them up. You have to take them to expensive restaurants, and they'll sleep with you. And they don't really care how many women you sleep with, you see? See, back in the days, that's totally opposite. Back in the days, women like good guys. Back in the days, women like nice guys. I'm talking about in the 1960s, 1970s, right? Women are trying to avoid these bad boys, They only, back in the days, women like good guys, So they would choose somebody who's more stable, who's more predictable, you know. But nowadays, I don't know, because of social media, you know, women's dating habits has changed. Now they only want to date Chad and Tyrone. They don't care how many, this Chad right here, ooh, he looks nice, he's tall, he's handsome, got all sorts, he got muscles, and but women don't care how many women this guy has been sleeping with. She would date him anyways, you know. Just go out there to have a thrill, like one night thrill, you know. Just for the sake of one night thrill, she'll date this guy. It doesn't matter how many women this guy slept with, right? So you could imagine. So what's gonna happen to the rest of the guys? You know, like somebody who's not Chad and Tyrone, like me. I'm only 5'8", right? I'm not extreme. Well, I'm pretty wealthy, but you know, still, I'm only 5'8", you know. And right now, I don't have a proper job. I'm only selling my rings online, you know. So what happened to guys like me? What happened to somebody who works at a restaurant, or somebody who works at a fucking, I don't know, somebody who works at Walmart? What happened to those kind of people? What happened? Those men are being left over. You know, they are being left over. Nobody wants to date them. Nobody wants to have nothing to do with them. And those are like 90% of the men. Can you imagine that? So right now, it's like the girls are chasing only 10% of the men. All the girls are chasing just the Chads and Tyrones, you know? And the problem is, they get used to that, you know? They're chasing Chad and Tyrone ever since they are 20-some-year-old. And then once they got older, once a woman hits 30-some-year-old, she start to panic, right? She say, oh, you know, I can't find the dates. What am I going to do? But the problem is their habits did not change. They still want to chase the Chads and Tyrones, right? And as you know, the Chads and Tyrones, they only sleep around. They sleep around with different women. They're not going to take you seriously. They're not going to build a home with you. They're not going to marry you. Of course not. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of women, when they reach like 35, 36, they got it. They realized it. Oh, shit. You know? Chads and Tyrones that I've been sleeping around with all these years, they only want to sleep with me. Nobody wants to have a family with me. Nobody wants a family with me. And you know what they do? They don't settle. A lot of women, they try to settle with like, okay, I'm gonna date an uglier man. I'm gonna date a man who has less income. You know, but a lot of women, they just say, fuck it, you know, I'm done. I'm gonna join the B4 movement. You know, I'm just going to go, you know, women going my own way. They just quit dating. And that's what happened to a lot of my cousins. And that's what, you know, you could imagine, I have 8 female relatives, right? And half of them not married, you understand? Half of them, they not married, single, don't have a boyfriend, nothing. Because they joined I assume they joined the movement. They joined the B4 movement, you know. But hey, I understand right now economy is very tough. Economy is extremely tough, you know. My business is also going downhill. It's Jesus. I remember like only a few years ago, only like 6 or 7 years ago, but only by selling the immortality rings, right? I still earn like a good, you know, from this business alone, I earn like 90,000 a year. It was pretty good business, but now, I don't even know how much money I can earn this year. Maybe only $20,000. Right now, the business is so slow, you know. All the stores are shut down, and people are becoming more poor, you know. People are becoming poor. People don't have money to spend, you know. Romance is dead, you know. When romance dies, right? You could imagine. I mean, who would go out there? Who would eat at a restaurant, really? The only reason, I think most of the time, okay, people eat at restaurants is because of romance, right? You know, let's say you take a woman to some fancy restaurant, right? I mean, hey, I don't have to explain it. You understand what I'm saying. When you go to the restaurants, if you look around you, most of them are dates. Most of them are just a man and a woman dating, right? Man and a woman dating. Most of them are just a table for two. Man and woman dating, right? And right now, as dating, I mean, a lot of people just gave up romance. There's no more dates, and so a lot of restaurants are shutting down. You know, and all the stores. Oh, there's a store in San Francisco, Shriven Company. You know, they sell jewelries. They sell diamond rings and jewelries and all that shit. Shriven Company. I heard that it has been in business in San Francisco for like 150 years. It was shutting down. It shuts down. They just announced it like a week ago that they're shutting down. The Shriven Company in San Francisco downtown. I heard of it. I back in the days, I always hear on the when I'm driving. I always hear it on the radio. Shriven Company were selling jewelries and shit. Now it's shutting down. 150-year-old company, man. Damn. Romance is fucking dead. So actually, I'm very worried, man. I mean, if romance dies, right? I mean, how can people survive? How can mankind survive? You know, people are producing less kids, right? So you're gonna see less children on the street. And you know, younger people spend more money, right? Younger people spend more money. Younger people eat more. They buy more things, you know. Older people they just say fuck it. A lot of older people like me, like I'm an old MGTOW, and there's a lot of older women, they're old B4s, you know, they gave up dating, they gave up life and they just eat at home. All they go to is the grocery store. Like me, I only go to the grocery store. I don't even go shopping. I don't go shopping for clothes. I never buy new clothes. I never buy anything that I don't need, you know. So I only go to the grocery store to buy food, or if I go to auto parts store if my car breaks down. That's about it, you know. I don't except these two places. I don't really go anywhere except these two places. So can you imagine? I mean, if people are not dating anymore, you know, there are less younger people and there are more older people, right? And older people like me, I don't really go anywhere. I don't buy anything, you know. I don't go to the restaurants. I don't even go to the movie theater, right? I have a projector at home. I watch a movie at home. So I don't know, man. No, I'm sort of worried about the economy. I think in the future the government has to change the structure, you know. The government might have to become sort of communist in the future. You know, they have to provide jobs to people. You understand? Like if you don't have a job, the government give you a job. You know, like why sweep the street or something? The government give like if you don't have a job, you don't have a place to live. Government give you a place to live, give you a job, tell you to go wash the toilet or tell you to go sweep the streets. I don't know. But anyway, hey. That's what I want to say for this episode. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thanks.